Join me. Together, we can rule the galaxy far from sun.
I am a Jedi, like my father before me.
This is getting out of hand. Now there are two of them.
Hello there, Space Wizards, Plastic Spacemen, and Rebel Princesses. This is Big T and Little T.
Star Wars podcast.
Yeah, I'm Todd Hoffman, you're...
Trent Hoffman.
And we got a special guest. Who's the special guest? Garrick, welcome to the show. He's our first guest.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, what a pleasure.
What a pleasure.
What an honor.
And we're talking today, it's episode 42, Mandalorian, Season 2, Chapter 13, The Jedi.
Yes.
Who won the bet?
You.
This guy right here.
I'm good.
First, we saw Ahsoka. No big deal. Then the title, about like 2 minutes later, The Jedi. You were a little upset, right?
I'm gonna give you a
It's just
sleeper.
Is it gonna be a sleeper? Yeah.
Good lesson, don't gamble, kids.
I know. Yeah, don't bet on action figures. Okay, so we are going to talk a little bit today about the Jedi.
Yes.
All right, Garrick, with like a minute, what's your favorite impressions about this
Oh my
episode?
That first scene was unbelievable.
Yes.
I mean, we were kind of thinking we might see Ahsoka, and then
Yeah.
right away you just get double lightsabers slashing people,
Going
into the darkness. It's like, oh my goodness, that was crazy.
It kind of has a little bit of a feel of Rise of Skywalker with Kylo and Mustafar, where he's taking on those thugs, and it's kind of like ashy, and there's a couple trees, and
Right.
he's just taking out people, and kind of Ahsoka's doing the same thing.
Doing Jedi things.
Yeah.
What if that is like Mustafar in a couple years ago?
I don't think it was Mustafar.
It was, yeah.
It was some other
I know,
planet.
Corvus.
Corvus.
Covid.
What a horrible place.
Yeah, what a horrible place that is. Corvus.
But
Corvus.
what about a couple years later? It's like the same thing.
It's not. You can't change a planet
you
to.
did see those like lava thing coming from space. You did see some lava like cuts in the surface. So
Yeah.
maybe there's some.
It was not.
volcanoes in
It was not the most nicest place, right? No. So the official description is the Mandalorian journeys to a world ruled by a cruel magistrate who has made a powerful enemy. That enemy is Ahsoka Tano. Yes. We know that. Okay. So, open up. Boom, boom, boom. The guards look cool. I like the guards.
Those guns were cool.
The guns were cool. They
the robots were cool.
Yeah, the robots were cool. So, she basically meets this kind of, it's a military guy, and then this magistrate. She's kind of like, I'm going to kill the prisoners and blah, blah, blah. And she basically said, give you 1 day. I'll give you 1 day to make a decision. Because Ahsoka wants the prisoners. Because,
who knows why?
Yeah, we don't know why. We don't know why she's on this planet either. So
just to save him, but who knows?
Yeah, and then Mando shows up.
Yep.
And we got these cool tracking. The guy kind of tracks her just like in A New Hope. Tracks the Razor Crest.
Yeah,
boom, 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 boom.
It's like a radar
let me
gun.
look. Let me see what that shows up on my scope. And then we get these cool creature-looking dudes when the ship lands. Like they're like blurgs with
like tall blurgs. Yeah, but they sound like dinosaurs.
Yes,
that was like Jurassic Park.
Yeah. So they're eating the trees, and the whole planet. Well, what we see of the planet is it's kind of like the Lorax. You remember the Lorax?
Yes.
Where they cut down all the trees.
Yeah, they're eating the bark.
They're eating the bark, but it used to be trees. They cut down the forest. They did not listen to the Lorax. Yeah. So they cut down the forest.
There weren't many tree stars on there anymore.
Right? No more tree stars. Exactly. So, but the blurgs with legs kind of are eating some trees, and then the Mando shows up. He goes right to the gate. The gate looks pretty dope, I think, and they're like, what business do you have here, and whatever. Yeah. And then so he enters.
Yes.
And then we see prisoners.
Yep.
And what do they do in the prisoners, Trent?
Shocking them.
And what do you see when they shock them?
It's like a torture chamber.
Well, it's like their skeleton.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's crazy. It's crazy. So,
dark stuff.
Dark stuff. Magistrate really just lays it out and says, "I have a Jedi problem," and she shows him a spear. And what's that spear made out of?
Best car.
Beskar.
Yeah.
All Beskar.
Yeah. Pure Beskar. And it's a very village is kind of run down. Well, actually, he tries to talk to like a dude with like 2 kids.
Yeah,
and
he's
first
not allowed
talks to the vendor. She's like, "I'm out."
Yeah, she just walks away.
And then tries to talk to the dude, and then he's like, "The magistrate wants to see you."
Well, he says no talk. You can't talk.
You can't talk to the people.
magistrate probably didn't want them talking to outsiders.
No.
She didn't want word getting out what's going on there.
And then when he basically enters the inner gate, it's very Zen-like, very very Japanese, very like Zen garden. She's feeding goldfish. I was thinking a monster was gonna come out of there, but she's just feeding
the
like
little garbage guy.
But they she have a little talk and basically, "Hey, I got a Jedi problem." Yeah. And then what does Mando do?
He Mando problem. I don't know. I forget.
You forget. He goes back to the ship.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, he goes to the coordinates of he goes to the coordinates of the who went, the coordinates of where Ahsoka would be, and Ahsoka does show up.
Yeah.
And they have like a little fight.
Shows
boom,
up
boom, boom,
already.
boom, 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 boom. And what did Mandalorian do that Boba Fett did to Luke? Oh, you're not talking? Okay. He did the ropes.
Yeah, around the body. Yeah.
It was like, "Oh no, we've seen this before," but Ahsoka gets out of it and kind of hangs up Mando.
Yeah, and then he's like, "Hey, I'm here to help you, or I'm here to see you."
Bo-Katan send me, please.
Yeah.
So what else? What else happened there? Okay, so we have then he reveals the child, and she's like, "Oh, I hope we're here to talk about him."
Yeah. Well, Trent, you were right. She probably did sense that he had the Force, because right when he saw him, she was like, "Ooh, I hope we're here to talk to him."
Yeah.
So she probably did.
Yeah.
Know that he had the Force.
Yes. Yeah. And then, so they have like, it's at nighttime, and there's kind of this cool like giant moon, and they have like almost like a Dagobah moment where it's like it's a little candlelight, and Ahsoka is talking to.
It seems like they're just talking through the Force. 'Cause they're not talking.
And then what's Mando doing?
He's walking around.
He's walking around like he's like, "Hey, what are you doing with my baby?
What's she doing over there?
What are you doing with my baby?" And so they kind of communicate through the Force.
Yeah, they do.
And so then we have the kind of, okay, I've only met this species once before. Yoda drop. We know it's like we're calling the baby Yoda. Yoda drop. We're like, yeah. There's a little Force theme in the music there.
Well, and then I think the biggest one is she's like, well, he was trained in the Jedi Temple.
Yes.
During the Clone Wars.
Yes.
Like, what? I mean, I knew he was 50 years old. But
Right.
Like, what?
So, and then then basically she says he was taken from the temple, and then it kind of goes almost like dark in a sense, like either he was really scared. Would you be scared if you got taken from your home?
Yes.
Yes. So I think he's a little like almost shut down.
Yeah, I mean,
he's shut down. He's like
he's 50, but really he's still a baby.
He's still kind of a baby.
Yeah.
So
He's small, but he has like white hair.
So does that mean he was trained by Yoda himself, or like maybe I don't know.
I hope we get a reveal of who took him from the Jedi Temple.
And then guys, we got the name drop.
Yes.
What we call it? All right, so we've been calling Baby Yoda the child. It's Grogu or
Grogu. I think.
Grogu. We kept on looking at
subtitles.
we were keep on looking at each other like Grogu or Grogag or Gro.
Crogu. Grogu.
Grogu.
Yes.
I think it's Grogu.
I think it's Grogu.
Yeah. Well, then Mando pronounces it differently
Yeah.
to make it even more
It's a very
confusing.
It's a very Star Wars thing where you like you
Yeah.
have to say it's like Leia.
Actually, it's Han.
Han. You know, Grogu, or you said Krogu. You like the K with the K?
Crow? Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. But Mando kind of said like Krogu.
Yeah,
you know.
Grogu. Yeah. I don't know.
But even then, when he kept on still calling him the kid, you know, like, hey kid, you know, like
That's his nature.
So they have a test in the morning. It's like a little test.
Yes.
And what do they do, Trent? What's the test?
He's trying to like bounce force to force, like
Right.
trying to like get like used to him.
So no handstands today. No handstands today. That was just moving rocks, like Ray said. It's just like moving rocks. So she puts a rock in her hand and pushes it, kind of like we saw, you know, a little Anakin Padme, a little fruit exchange. Just do a little rock.
Everyone would kill me if you saw me doing this.
Yeah. He'd be very grumpy if I did this. Yum pair. So Ahsoka passes the stone to him. He grabs it, but then he just like drops it, you know. And like Mando's like, this dude don't listen to nobody.
He's stubborn.
So, but Ahsoka notices that there's a connection there, like a father-son kind of connection, right? So, what does he do, Trent?
She says, he isn't used to you, Mandalorian.
Yes. And what's he grab out of his pocket?
The ball.
The silver knob. The silver knob makes an appearance again. And again, we did see him, Grogu, the child, Baby Yoda, whatever you want to call him, kind of use the Force to start turning the knob, the silver knob. Yeah. And when they left to go to the village, he already had it in his hand. And Mando's like, that stays with the ship, man. Because now the ship's all fixed up, you know. So they do the exchange. They have the silver knob in his hand, and Baby Yoda grabs it. Boom. Mine. So I thought that was kind of cool. That was a cool scene. Very, very Dagobah-ish. I kind of get like Dagobah vibes with the weird trees and all that kind of
Maybe
stuff.
it's just seeing a Yoda species in a weird forest.
Right, exactly. So we have that for a little bit, and then we get the battle.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Well,
the setup. Oh my goodness.
The setup. So the setup is a Jedi and a Mandalorian
working together
because Mando's like, yo, they sent me to kill you, and so they plot this thing, and then so what is Ahsoka kind of raids the village, raids the fortress again.
Yes.
And what does she do, dude?
Kills all of them.
Dude, and hits the giant gong, like boom.
Cuts the gong in half.
Yeah. And then what happens next, dude?
He kills the goner, like the warner, like there's like an enemy.
Yeah, boom.
Yes.
And then she kind of shows up at the end of the village.
Yeah, that's a cowboy.
And then all the bad guys come out, like all of them. They're all there. We got 2 assassin droids, the commando guy, the magistrate, and then a bunch of like army people. And she just kind of walks up. And then what'd she drop, man? What'd she drop?
She dropped Mandalorian's like armor,
with the mud horn.
Yeah, the mud horn.
Boom.
Yeah, the shoulder.
You sent the wrong dude. I took him. So they go at it. She takes. First, they have kind of like this. They start shooting her, and she kind of goes on a rooftop. Yeah. And we got a little like hunter predator thing going on here, where they're on the lower ground. She has the high ground. We know
what high ground means.
The high ground is good. The high ground
with a lightsaber is pretty
sometimes the high ground is horrible, and sometimes the high ground.
For Anakin, it was bad. I'll just put it that way. It was bad. I have the high ground. We get to see a loft cat.
Yes, a loft cat.
Loft cat.
I think it was
Weird looking. But classic cat, kind of like making noise, and it's not the person.
Ahsoka's moves through that town was pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So stealthy.
Yes.
Ninja-like.
And the assassin droids jump up like a weird kind of way.
Yeah, they kind of look like. All right, so the big in Clone Wars they have the kind of they're like the leader of the troops, and they got that kind of weird face.
Oh, yeah.
They kind of had that. They weren't as bulky.
They almost had a Vader-esque helmets,
Yeah,
too.
they weren't as bulky, and they didn't talk like those guys, but yeah, they were kind of cool.
Yeah.
They were cool. And Ahsoka took them out like the one she sliced right in half. The other one flipped on the rooftop, and we didn't get to see him. We don't see him still a bit. So, then she goes into the Zen place. I'm just gonna call it the garden.
Yeah, sure.
So first we have like a west. You said it first. It was like
so like a western town. Like I mean, any western. There's
Yes.
that beaten down western town.
yes, the villages are not talking.
I was waiting for like a tumbleweed to go by.
But we did get the wind going through with the cape.
There was a bunch of dust, so very western. I mean,
Visuals.
keeping with that western theme throughout Mandalorian, they're hitting that pretty hard.
Yes.
Which is really cool.
It was super cool. And then when we get to the garden, it's very samurai-ish.
Yeah.
There's no words.
There's no words.
Just
We
that-
know, the audience knows that that's a Beskar staff, and we know the Beskar is resistant to lightsaber because Ahsoka attacked Mando and he hit it with his gauntlets, boom, boom,
Yep.
boom. We know that's the setup.
Mm-hmm.
And so they have kind of like, they take off their cloaks.
Yes.
We've seen that before.
Very well.
We've seen that.
I was thinking you would call it. It's very samurai, which is true. But then I was thinking of like
Revenge of the Sith.
Revenge of the Sith.
Revenge of the Sith.
And then
Yeah.
like, even Phantom Menace. Like I mean, Jedi's take off their cloaks when they're.
But Revenge of the
do
Sith,
business.
Obi-Wan and both Obi-Wan and Anakin kind of shed the robes before they do their, and they're kind of doing
It's a
this.
sign of like we're about to do
It's
this.
like circling, like shark circle, like the test.
Ooh,
Yeah, they were
They're
circling.
testing out. I like that analogy, dude. A plus, man. Also, I was kind of hung up on the class. Okay,
yes,
so
yes.
her class on the magistrate
For her
is
cape,
or for her cape is very Count Dooku, very Emperor Palpatine in the sense. I would say Chancellor Palpatine with the little the clamps. It's like very.
It's definitely a sign of like I mean authority.
The authority.
Something, but then
Also,
maybe-
kind of dark side. I was like, I kept on,
dark side,
I kept on asking Garrick and you. I was like, is this girl Sith? We're gonna see some lightning? No Force lightning, but they basically have a showdown in the garden. And of course, I was waiting for some kind of monster to come out of the garden. No monsters, but they have this fight. Boom, 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 boom. Ahsoka loses one of her lightsabers
Yes.
into the water. Boop, and then,
It's the big one.
Hopefully
and
it's
at this point, Mando shows up
Yes.
because
outside of the garden.
outside the garden, Magistrate basically says kills the prisoners because again, Ahsoka wants to free the kid, the kids,
Prisoners.
the peoples wants to free the peoples. Then Mando shows up, boom, 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 boom. He takes out the guys.
But what about the general?
Or so then the general shows, or the hired hand,
gunfighter,
the
I think
gunfire,
that
yeah,
was him.
he shows up and he's got a shotgun.
Yeah.
First time we've seen a Star Wars shotgun, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
At least in a movie.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
live action. Like you said.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Games
there's
you can play it all the time.
probably a video game. There's probably some kind of.
What about cartoon like the old Clone Wars? You had the shotguns or something like.
I don't know. I
Well, they
mean,
shotguns.
I don't know
Maybe.
if we've seen a Star Wars shotgun. I'm not 100% sure.
But that was a cool gun.
It was a cool gun. So we have them fighting. We could hear the Magistrate and Ahsoka fighting in the garden. They're on the outside, and he's basically, I got no beef with you. So classic kind of showdown. He lays down the gun, and then what happens, Garrick?
The gunfighter reaches behind and tries to shoot, but then Mando, quick draw, gets him.
Another Western trope.
Oh, super
straight
Western.
up
I mean,
Western.
That's
Yeah,
to a T.
to a T. Like, and in fact, they even show Mando kind of relaxes.
With the hand.
Yeah, kinda
that was
relaxes-
what he was reading, which
yeah.
that was really cool.
Yeah, he
filming
kind of
too.
relaxed. He relaxed his hand, so it's like, okay, he's gonna ease up.
Yeah, and that's what the guy's like, oh, he's easing up, and I got him.
Boom, boom.
And then he tries, and
Yeah.
nope.
You can't beat the Mandalorian. Plus, he has Beskar.
Yeah.
We already showed that, like, a blaster
You have
bolts.
to
that
hit such
you get
little
you-
spots
soft
to do
spot, soft
anything,
spot.
but-
Yeah.
Wait, what does he actually the shotgun hit him?
Well, it would hurt. I mean,
It would hurt,
So
but-
Mando has gaps. Like, there's still gaps in his armor where he's not fully, but the chest plate, all the gauntlets and stuff like that. There's still gaps. You can get him in the neck or whatever, but you got to shoot real close.
Yes.
Yeah,
Gotta be pretty accurate.
gotta be pretty accurate. So,
So then we go back into the garden, and I mean, they're still at that point, Ahsoka had beaten the
magistrate.
Wait,
yes.
Wait. After like that, when she's I think before when he Mando was like, this one guy come down and he just watch out and there's
yes the second assassin droid shows up, right?
Yeah.
And the guy's like, look out.
Yeah.
Mando gets him like right away. Boom, headshot.
I like the headshots.
Yes.
They're very cool.
Yes.
Like,
And then the droid's like, oh, speaking of which, we didn't mention this. When Mando walks in the first, what's the droid we see walking in?
the first episode?
No, when he walks right into the village the first time.
When he walks into town for the first time.
It was like the torture droid from Jabba's palace.
Yes.
I believe he's called 8D8, if I'm not mistaken.
Look at my.
Look at my.
Yeah,
I don't need Wikipedia,
but dictionary.
right. If I
Those
see.
are really cool. I'm not making.
Yeah, no, but like he was kind of like walking. It's very similar to what we saw in Force Awakens when Han Solo, Finn, and Rey walk into Maz's castle, and we got that cool droid in the stilts, right? Yeah, that was cool. So, anyways.
Yeah.
All right, fast forward.
Those are all those little throwbacks.
The throwbacks. It's all that throwback stuff.
That's
So,
like a couple years ago.
yeah. So 2015. So long ago. So now, General Guy's dead. Mando's there.
So Ahsoka beats
wait,
the magistrate. We don't find out her name or anything.
Guys,
What's up?
go a little bit back.
We're going back.
So when Mando and the general and Ahsoka's on the top.
That was the money shot.
Yeah,
there's
the
shot. It's like Mando's on the ground, Ahsoka's like on the roof
on the wall,
on the wall,
the garden and the rest of the
and there's like this cool like focus, and she's right. It's like kind of like a Batman Robin type thing, or like
Batman's on the top and Robin's on the top.
Yeah, so it looked.
So cool.
I was like, that was awesome. It was awesome.
Cool filming, a lot of cool shots.
Yes, yeah, and the gates, the round buildings, so Ralph McQuarrie, so Star Wars, so cool.
It looks like it's its own version of like Jabba's palace, or
yes,
like Bespin.
Yes,
and it's really cool.
Yeah, and you get like a gated community where it's kind of like you have a village with the outside. So yeah, it's kind of almost like a Jabba thing. Mm-hmm. So named with another
the big name drop.
Yeah. Big name drop. This is definitely another big one. We all think she's like, because Ahsoka needs to find information about the magistrate, thinking Moff Gideon.
Yeah,
everybody.
It's all pointing to Moff Gideon.
Moff Gideon.
Why not?
Yeah. And Garrick?
She says, I don't know. What your leader, Thrawn.
What?
Thrawn?
What? Oh my gosh! And so Trent was a little confused. So Thrawn is who? Who's he at? Who is he?
He's from Rebels.
He's from Rebels. Right. So we've seen him in Rebels. He's a blue guy.
Yes.
He is a Chiss, not a Sith, a Chiss. So he comes from the unknown regions, which is outside of the known, like past Luke, past Tatooine. It's like way in the out.
So besides Rebels, if you want to explain where he's
Yes.
originally from, even before Rebels.
Right. So he is Timothy Zahn created him. He was originally an EU character, but now he's in Rebels. And do you remember at the end of Rebels? Do you remember what happens? No. Him and Ezra go off in space whales. They're off, and they get hyperspaced. And that's where Sabine and Ahsoka are looking for Ezra.
Wait.
So she somehow, this magistrate knows a little dirty on Thrawn. Does that mean Thrawn's back?
Wait.
It must be.
I don't know.
Hey guys.
Maybe,
I don't know.
I have an idea, guys.
What's your idea?
Remember in Rebels there, remember when Ezra's speaking to the whales and like the outer space whales? Mm-hmm. That's pretty cool. Like how is he speaking to the whales?
Now, have you watched Rebels?
I have not. No.
Okay, so it's all right. Spoilers.
That's okay.
Probably should have asked that.
I haven't finished Clone Wars yet, but I know who Ahsoka is.
Yeah. So, yeah. Thrawn is basically a very good military strategist. That's his big deal.
Yeah.
So, anyways, Thrawn, I, once again, did not see that coming.
Yeah,
a lot of name drops. In this
We got Master Yoda. We got Grogu,
Yoda.
Yeah. And then the other thing that Ahsoka drops is, not name drop, but basically talking about the attachment and seeing the best of it, it's referring to Anakin. So we have an Anakin reference. We have Yoda straight up called out. We have Thrawn called out. I mean, there's a lot of like, oh my gosh. And we get to the end. Villagers are happy. You made a great point. All of a sudden, it's like
Death Star blows up. Return the Jedi.
And we get like we get kind of Ewok music.
The music is definitely
a little Ewok celebration. Yeah. Little pan flute.
Yeah. The Endor flute is
and then it's lighter.
Yes, the daylight comes in.
Almost like
fog goes
away.
Yeah,
almost
like
why
maybe she was a little Sith, the magistrate. If she's got some. She would have a lightsaber. Though, so probably not.
Well, and the only backstory we get is that she was in the Clone Wars. Her planet gets decimated, and basically.
What if she's hiding her lightsaber and it's like a very rare lightsaber?
Maybe.
I don't know.
She want to use it.
I don't know. She was just.
She was definitely in the.
She was in Clone Wars, and basically now she is doing. We were joking about before, like the Lorax, like what the Empire does. Goes to a planet, sucks all the resources, makes them miserable, and then leaves.
Makes profit off.
Right, and makes profit off it. So I don't know if this is tree profit. I don't know what she's doing. Save the trees, man. Keep the trees real.
Well, the villagers are happy. They're celebrating.
And the guy basically gets the magistrate coat.
Yeah,
the
cloak. Has the cloak going.
Yeah, and that's the guy that helped out Mando with the droid.
I know, but the prisoner escaped.
Prisoners got escaped.
Yeah, they got out of the shock chamber.
Still don't know what the prisoners.
How would you like to be shocked? Ugh. That's cruel. And we got to see their skeleton. Like, well, we know it's serious, man.
Or like from Home Alone when he's like on that thing when he's like.
Yes, we just watched Home Alone 2. He gets shocked with the water. Marv. Yeah, Marv gets the worst. Yeah, Marv gets the worst of it. So we get to the end, and Mando's like, "I'm gonna go get the child. Be right back." So he goes, and then
maybe I'll sleep in
Grogu, Yoda,
sleeping
in a little baby hammock. He's so cute.
And Mando doesn't want to let go.
No.
He's looking at him. He's just like, "Ooh,
this is my boy. This is my little."
He's taking a minute with him, and then Ahsoka turns up.
Yeah, so Ahsoka's at the end of the ramp.
Yes. I'm trying to think what you call me, like that. The little.
I call you Chim. Little Chim Chum, like.
Wait, what? Like a little, like there's like you're like a little like You used to call me like when I was a little baby. And you used to call me. Bambino,
yeah, my little Bambino, yeah.
I don't want to lose
Bambino.
Yeah, he doesn't want to lose his
little
Bambino.
No, I don't want to lose the Bambino.
So, we get another exchange, and basically Ahsoka's like, there's an attachment here. I don't want to mess it up, but let's to do it right. We're gonna go to another planet. I don't even know what that planet was called. I think it was like.
It's never.
Let me check my notes here.
It's never come up before, so.
Tython.
Yeah. Tython, yeah.
I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it on the fly here. Wikipedia. I'm looking up a little Wikipedia here. Tython.
And she says go there, and there's old Jedi temple there, ruins of a Jedi temple.
Yes.
And she says bring him to the top of the highest peak or whatever.
Yeah.
Very mythical.
Yes.
And place him on.
Like almost like a knowledge stone,
yeah,
or
like a scene. I don't know, some platform.
Probably. It's similar to what we saw at Act 2 with Luke on the Jedi island thing, yeah. And he was like on that meditation stone, especially with like Rey. That's what I'm kind of having the same thought. Like you put little baby Yoda on the throne, a little stone, and see what path he took. Meaning Ahsoka saying, I don't want to train him because I don't want him to lose the dark side because of the attachment already with Big Papa.
Too much attachment.
Yeah, all right, with Big Papa. But he could still make a choice, and it's almost like turning on the beacon and saying, hey, Jedi here.
Galaxy bat symbol for Jedi.
Right.
Hey,
we got one here. So here's what Tython says in Wikipedia. Tython was a planet located deep in the core, shrouded in myth. Some Jedi scholars make a case Tython was a location of Jedi's Order's first temple, alongside other canon worlds such as Ahch-To, Coruscant, Jeddah. Jeddah is from Rogue One.
Love me some Jeddah.
Dude, I didn't even think about it. Osis. During the Galactic Civil War, Dr. Chelly Dr. Aphra led Darth Vader to Tython's mineral ice cap to misled him as a location of a Rebel Alliance main base, which was actually on the outer rim of planet Hoth. Dude, okay.
Tython's been slipping through our fingers of how important
So she basically says, go to planet Tython. There you'll find the ancient ruins of a temple that has a strong connection to the Force.
Yes.
Ooh, getting a little chills. Whoa.
I'm kind of like getting like little goosebumps.
Little goosies for that.
I'm not actually getting goosebumps.
Yeah, but you can feel it. You can feel it.
chills.
Yeah, you can feel it in the Force.
So I mean, we've definitely moved to this is. I mean, well, now we know when he's met up with Jedi. He's met up with Ahsoka. So
Yes.
now that chapter's already gone. We were
Right.
kinda
Do we
waiting,
see
like,
Ahsoka again?
Yes.
Yes?
I hope so.
I hope so
gosh.
too. That'd be
Yeah.
great.
Wait, what about if like there's like an ancient like a text or something like you say like an ancient like Jedi
Yeah.
Yeah.
and train Baby Yoda.
I mean,
Yeah. she
dude,
said
do we
there's
see
some-
Luke Skywalker in this season?
He
Would
might.
that not be the coolest
Yeah,
thing?
that would be cool.
That would be the coolest thing.
Yeah.
I mean, we're seeing so many cool things.
But now,
It's
so yeah, and like all these chapters we've been leading up to, she needs to be brought, or Baby Yoda, Grogu, needs to be brought back to a Jedi.
right. Yeah.
And now he gets to a Jedi, and Ahsoka's like, I can't train him.
Yes.
And it's like, well, now
So-
what do we do?
so
now
this-
we gotta go.
Yeah.
to
I
Tython.
mean,
and now we have a whole new mission. And then
this-
Moff Gideon's still back there with the Death Troopers.
and we got Boba Fett. Where's Boba
Yeah,
Fett?
and Boba Fett's sitting on Tatooine still.
Riding a dewback like I'm waiting for my armor, man. There
My
is.
head's getting sunburned. I mean, how much?
Yeah. There's so much going on.
I know.
And
I'm
it's
just thinking of it now.
and it's
talking
like
about it.
right. Okay. So I mean,
And then there's the other 3 Mandalorians.
that
Bo-Katan
well,
and her crew.
it's kind of cool. I thought they were gonna go here with this, like, because basically they said the Death Watch, is a bad thing to Mando. Like,
Yes.
you are kind of following the wrong path.
Yes.
Because they're flipping off helmets like nobody's out of,
Yeah, right.
that's just one thing. But basically, again, the Death Watch is kind of a bad sect of Mando.
Yes.
So, and you know Ahsoka, jeez. Ahsoka, Grogu, Ahsoka, it's all messed up. She left the Jedi Order. She's like, I don't want any part of this. So it's kind of interesting that, yeah, we're almost done. Yeah, we're going to wrap this up. We're wrapping this up with a big bow.
I'm kind of bored.
Okay.
Kind of.
Okay, so we'll wrap this up because Trent is like, hey, man, I got to play some games.
Yeah.
But there's so much going on.
Yes.
That I just...
So what a way to leave the episode.
Yeah, so what do you want to see next episode? Garrett, go.
Oh my goodness. Any of those things would be great.
Yes.
Maybe a trip to Tython, but I feel like we're not going to get Tython yet. We might have some wandering through space and some other little missions he's got to do. Or
Yeah, I kind of almost would
Moff
like...
Gideon's probably going to make it.
I
He's gonna
almost
come back.
like-
What was Typhon like is the last thing of the episode, like the
Oh,
last
you're saying the last part?
of Mandalorian.
It might be the last.
That might be the last one.
Yeah.
So I kind of want... Like, I would like to see a little Moff Gideon.
Yes.
He'll probably.
So, like, all right, what's going on with the bad guys?
Yeah,
And,
gotta
like...
tap into
And
the
like,
guys.
and like, almost flip it where we see a little Mando and more like all Imperial.
Wait, I have
like,
Probably
one
seen that more
question.
Imperial.
yes.
What about like the chest armors? Like he can't breathe very well, and he's like has to have that armor on, like to like a little
Breathe.
yeah, kind of like.
Yeah,
a
are you talking about Saw Gerrera?
kind of?
Yeah. Okay.
I'm thinking of Darth Vader.
Guys, here's the thing here.
Okay.
The Mandalorian's got a tracker on his ship.
Yes.
He does.
So everywhere the Mando goes. So here's one thing that could happen. We could actually see What was this planet called again?
Typhon.
Corvus.
Thank you. See,
Not
we need a
Corvus.
team of 3
Yes.
here to keep everything. Corvus, Moff Gideon could show up at Corvus and take out all those villagers.
And Ahsoka's still there.
And Ahsoka's still there. So could we get a little Moff Gideon, Darksaber, Ahsoka? I don't know. My mind cannot handle this kind of stuff.
Wait, what if Ahsoka takes the dark saber?
She could.
Dude, and then Ahsoka back to Bo-Katan. I mean, there's like so many.
knows?
Who
There's
knows?
lots of- there's
Okay,
lots of ways to wipe
we're gonna go on tangents. But anyways, Garrick, it's been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure.
A pleasure watching, and now recording a little fun here.
Yes.
So
Big
where can
T,
they?
little T.
Yeah, where can we find us on the socials? Do you know? Okay, you want me to do it? Okay, Big T Little T LILT podcast at Instagram. BLILT podcast on Twitter. We're on twitch.tv/Big T Little T. Yeah, we want to hear from you. So comment, rate us on Apple Podcasts. You can find us at Big T Little LILT podcast at gmail.com if you want to drop us a question. Give us your theories. What's happening? Moff Gideon.
What are you most excited for?
Yes.
So many different avenues.
So do we have 4 episodes left or 3?
That was chapter
13.
That was the.
Are we having 8?
That was the 5th episode.
So we got 3 more?
It's probably 8. Yeah, isn't it 8?
We got 3 more.
Only 3.
Oh, that makes me
How am I
sad.
gonna fit all this
But I
in?
kind of like Trent's idea where they end up at Tython last episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's leaning that way.
All right, episode 43, more Mandalorian. We'll stay tuned. We're gonna keep on watching it. Trent.
Truly wonderful to mind Charles and may the force be with you.
That was a little fast.
Hey, I want to end the episode.
All right, we're gonna end it. Truly wonderful, the mind of a child is. May the force be with you always. Bye.
What is thy bidding, my master?